For years, one question seemed to have the easiest answer imaginable. Would you ever move to America? Across Britain and much of Europe, the response came almost instantly.
Ever moved to America?
No. You already lose like 10 of the rights that you have here.
It's a disgusting place. They've got no NHS whatsoever. It's an absolute dump.
No interest in moving there. No, it's a complete hole.
Nope. I don't like the culture, whether it's tipping, guns, the thoughts on abortion.
If you're dying or having a baby, why you got...
No. Some called America too dangerous. Others said it was too expensive. Many believed it lacked culture, had unhealthy food, confusing healthcare, and a lifestyle they simply couldn't imagine living. To millions of Europeans, the United States wasn't a dream destination.
America.
Rubbish.
Food. Corrupt.
Dumb
Consumism. Donald Trump.
It was a place they thought they already understood without ever setting foot there. Then something unexpected happened. People who had spent years saying they would never move to America finally boarded a plane and experienced it for themselves. Some came for a holiday. Others came to visit family. Many arrived because football had brought them here during one of the biggest sporting events on Earth. Whatever the reason, they all carried the same invisible luggage with them. Years of assumptions built from television headlines, social media debates, documentaries, movies, and conversations back home. Before they even reached immigration, they believed they already knew exactly what America would be like. But reality had other plans. Within days, videos began appearing across TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. At first they seemed ordinary, just tourists sharing their trips abroad. But as more clips surfaced, a fascinating pattern emerged. Different people from different countries, who had never met each other, were telling almost the exact same story. Their accents were different. Their destinations were different. Yet their conclusions sounded remarkably alike. America wasn't what they expected at all. Some even admitted they had been wrong.
The waiter comes over, smiles, asks, how are you doing, checks on you, brings refills, and actually tries to make the experience good. And when you're used to European service, that feels almost luxurious. I have even become friends with waiters at places I often go to. That would be very unusual in Germany. And then we have one of the greatest American inventions of all time. Free refills. I still love this. You pay for one coffee and then you can drink more than one coffee. You pay for one Coke and they just bring you more. To Americans, this is normal. To Europeans, this feels illegal. And free water. Americans do not understand how amazing this is. In Germany, you often have to pay for water in a restaurant. Not just a little bit. Sometimes the water costs almost as much as other drinks. So when Europeans come to America and someone just brings them a huge glass of water for free, it almost feels like civilization has reached its final form. And then comes the food. Europeans love to say, American food is terrible. And then they come here and eat like they're preparing for winter. Barbecue, brisket, burgers, wings, pancakes, waffles, Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, Texas Roadhouse, Waffle House at 1 a.m. in the morning. Suddenly everyone is quiet. In Germany, fast food is basically McDonald's, Burger King and Döner. And I love Döner, but America has an insane food culture. And not just fast food. That is another stereotype Europeans get wrong.
I feel like I've been lied to about the US. It is so nice here. We're in Miami Beach and it's a glorious day. There's people out here playing volleyball. There's just people riding bikes, riding roller skates, running. Everyone is extremely fit here. Yeah. The stereotypical thought of America is that people are obese, but here everyone is so fit.
We haven't seen hardly anyone that's even overweight, and they made us think that it was going to be so unsafe here. I feel super safe. There's police around, there's safety cameras everywhere. Like, I don't know what's going on.
And here in Miami Beach there's loads of Spanish music and it's just like
such a
vibey
vibe. Yeah.
everywhere. The food's been great, the people's been really nice.
Been fantastic.
Immigration on the way in was no issue at all.
They were so friendly. He was even making jokes with us. We were like, what's going on? You're supposed to make us feel like scared to come in here. And he was like, come on in.
I think the lesson is that don't trust anything you see on TV or on social media. Go and look for yourself, right?
Yeah, because this is a vibe. I will come.
I saw the end of the world in the US, and it's called Buc-ee's. They say it's a gas station, but that's a lie. A gas station has a sad sandwich and a coffee machine that never works. This place has 120 pumps. 120. Why? Are you refueling the US Air Force? Are you preparing for an alien invasion? That's terrifying. And the mascot is a beaver in a baseball cap. I saw grown men taking photos with a statue of a rodent. In France, we have revolutions. In the US, you bow down to a squirrel on steroids. And inside, the aggression. A man with a knife screaming, fresh brisket on the board. Sir, calm down. I just want sparkling water. Don't kill me. But I have a problem. I wanted to hate it. I wanted to be the superior Frenchman snob. But then I ate the beaver nuggets. I don't know what is in them. I think it's sugar, butter, and pure methamphetamine. I ate one, then I had the whole bag in the parking lot like a wild animal. And the toilets, I have to admit it, but they are nicer than my apartment. You could eat the brisket off the floor in the bathroom. It's cleaner than the hospital. So I have failed. I came to judge and I stayed for the snacks. I don't have the hat, but in my heart, I am wearing the hat. God bless the...
Right, we made it.
We are at Buc-ee's for the first time ever. Neither of us have ever been to Buc-ee's, but we've heard a ton about it.
A lot. Everyone was commenting it, and from friends and other people we heard about it, and we'll check it out right now. We'll see what this is all about, this myth of Buc-ee's, the peak American culture. Okay, first impression, oh whoa, cool, look at this, an old Dodge. Nice. Do we have to get one of those Buc-ee's now? What is it? Is it like a beaver? Beaver? It's a beaver. Beaver. Biba. Oh wow. Slush for 99 cents. Small. 99 cents. Large, $1.39.
Come with us as we explore Buc-ee's for the very first time.
Woohoo!
British people visit Buc-ee's for the first time.
What is this? Is this ice? Oh my word.
These
That's amazing.
We don't even have a freezer big enough at home for one of those.
Look at this. Mountain Dew slushy.
Oh my word.
I see, should I say.
Oh, look at that.
This is not what's happening in America, but then you go there and it is the chillest place in the world. Everybody is super friendly, and that doesn't penetrate the European media.
There's so many people missing out on actually experience America and the culture for what actually is. Because people obviously see that and get scared and feel like, oh,
I shouldn't go, I shouldn't go. But it's your ancestors, your European ancestors went there, and they say, like in Europe and the media, oh, America doesn't have any culture. But it does. It has every culture in the world, because America is this giant melting pot of every culture.
Yeah, and so many countries and food cultures, and that's why it's like...
It's wild, dude.
Yeah, it's next level.
Like, we've been walking down the street before, and house after house in neighbourhoods in Tennessee, you'll see a USA flag hanging out in the front porch, and then right next to it, across the other side of the house, you'll have an Irish flag. You walk down, then you've got an American flag, and you've got the fleur-de-lis, the New Orleans flag, and then go down, you've got the lion rampant flag, like a Scottish flag. Then you've got the German, the French, the Swiss. We've seen neighbourhoods that have literally decided that they're going to post their nationalities on the front of their house and tell you, I'm American first. It's the first thing you see. Next thing you see is their sub-nationality, like from where they descended from. That's pride, and we just do not have that in the UK. But America, they're not scared, and that makes me so happy to the bottom, to my core. You've no idea, like, the joy I feel when I see Americans celebrate their patriotic nature.
That's what makes this story so interesting. This isn't about convincing anyone that America is perfect, because no country is. Every nation has its strengths, its flaws, and its challenges. Instead, this is the story of expectations colliding with reality. It's about how people who were completely convinced they knew what America was actually discovered something they never saw coming. And perhaps the biggest surprise wasn't the country itself. It was realizing how much of their opinion had been formed before they had ever visited. For many British visitors, that realization began almost immediately after landing. They expected intimidating airport officials, endless questioning, and a cold welcome. After all, that's often how American border control is portrayed in films and online discussions. Instead, Many found immigration officers smiling, cracking jokes, asking about their travels, and welcoming them into the country. It was a small moment, lasting only a few minutes, but it planted the first seed of doubt. If this wasn't what they had been told to expect, what else might they have misunderstood? As they stepped outside the airport, the surprises kept coming. Taxi drivers happily recommended local restaurants. Hotel workers took extra time explaining which neighborhoods to visit. Complete strangers asked where they were from before wishing them a great stay. In Europe, brief conversations with strangers aren't uncommon, but many visitors admitted they weren't prepared for just how openly Americans seemed willing to strike up a conversation. It wasn't forced. It wasn't rehearsed. It simply felt natural. One British traveler later admitted that everyone back home had painted America as one thing. But after only a short time there, he realized it was nothing like he had imagined.
I've been reflecting a bit on the last 10 days I've had spent in America. And I just want to say that, America, you've got it right. As a fan who's been experiencing things so far here at the World Cup on the ground, I have nothing but positive things to say so far in terms of the way that they've organised it. I mean, obviously there were concerns leading up to the tournament, but I think America's done a great job so far. Apart from the fact that the football's been amazing, I think every city has played its part in welcoming people to the country. I think America's shown its best side, and that's the people. In terms of organisation, the transportation has been great considering they don't have the same infrastructure as Asia or Europe. I mean, getting around to and from games has been easy. Safety-wise, it's been great, you know, you feel protected and welcome, not afraid of law enforcement. So they've done a great job in making people feel like there's not going to be any danger at this World Cup. There's been people in the cities that have voluntarily helped me personally. I mean, there's been times when I've not been able to get to certain places and people have nudged me in the right direction. So I think it shows that people are willing to help here. The cost of living here hasn't actually been too bad day to day. I mean, I was expecting to be tipping like $20 or something crazy. But I mean, people obviously know that it's not the culture back in Europe. And I've just been tipping people here and there that deserve it, you know. So I think they haven't pushed people to be adding on extra expenditure during the tournament. But most importantly, there's just been a great atmosphere around the country. I mean, I've met the most friendly people around the US, not just from America, but from all over the world. From the Cape Verdeans to the people from Curacao, to the Moroccans, to the Ghanaians, to the Europeans, to the Asians. I made friends with people from countries I never thought I would. So it's been an experience that I'll never forget so far. Thanks to America, everyone's having a great time. And I also think it shows why the World Cup is the greatest show on earth. Because in a world full of diversity, the World Cup brings unity.
Another laughed while describing how random people kept talking to him everywhere he went. It almost confused him. Back home, strangers often keep to themselves. Here, people seemed genuinely interested in where visitors came from, what they thought of the country, and whether they were enjoying their trip. Those weren't the grand, dramatic moments that make headlines, but they became the memories people couldn't stop talking about. And that's the strange thing about travel. Sometimes it isn't the famous landmarks that change your opinion. It isn't the towering skyscrapers or the postcard beaches. Sometimes it's a waiter who remembers your name after one visit. A cashier who asks how your day has been and actually waits for the answer. A family who recommends a hidden barbecue restaurant that never appears in any travel guide. Those little interactions slowly chipped away at years of stereotypes until many visitors found themselves asking a question they never thought they'd ask. Had they misunderstood America all along? The more they traveled, the harder that question became to ignore. Because this wasn't just happening in New York or Los Angeles. Visitors were experiencing the same warmth in Tennessee, Texas, Florida, Arizona, Arkansas, and dozens of other places. Each state had its own personality, its own traditions, and its own rhythm of life. The America they had imagined as one giant, predictable country suddenly revealed itself to be a collection of completely different worlds. Every road trip uncovered something new, every city challenged another assumption, and with every passing day, the version of America they had carried in their minds grew a little further away from reality. And then came something almost every European thought they already knew the answer to: the food.
Raised on sweet tea and Jesus. This place is massive. I'm lost. So much room for activities. I mean, I have to buy a t-shirt. I have to. I got a t-shirt! Sorry, can't hear you over the sound of freedom ringing me. Yeehaw!
Alright, TikTok, what's happening? I've had a lot of people ask me to come to this place. So we made a little pit stop on the way to Florida. I'm gonna show you. Now, if you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's basically a service station, but on fucking steroids. Mate, we're only about 2 hours down. We've got 14 hours to go. But if there is one thing that Buc-ee's is known for, it's the snacks. Mate. We don't have anything like this in England. This one shop is about the same size as Cobham Services in London. I'll give you a better view when I'm outside, but there is literally about 100 petrol pumps. Let me get some of these. Hello, mate. What the fuck? There's so many. How we feeling, mate? Florida. Here we go. 14 more hours. Oh my god. This is a petrol station.
This is a petrol station.
Never seen so many pumps.
The bald head of his. So I think that Justin looks pretty good. It might be a hair
too big,
but it'll work unless I can find the right one. What is that, a 7 5/8? Okay, we're gonna try and see if this one fits a little better.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Right behind me is the world's biggest gas station. Only America can make a gas station an attraction that everybody wants to come and see.
I'm not sure what we're going to expect in here, but let's go see what we can find.
Guys, I wasn't expecting this. It's like its own universe, and we've already gone in on the food.
Oh, it looks so good.
I couldn't help myself. And the guys behind the counter, like, they do a sing-song. What is this place? I could stay in here forever.
It's like Disneyland for adults.
Yeah, it is. It's Disneyland for hungry adults.
Yeah. They even have beef jerky here.
Burritos, tacos, chicken, fries, chips, everything you want. Look at all the jerky. Look at it.
Jalapeno, honey, sweet and spicy.
Oh, you can get a ghost.
And that's where another stereotype quietly began to fall apart. For years, American food had become one of the easiest targets for criticism. Europeans joked that every meal came supersized, every restaurant served nothing but burgers, and everything was packed with sugar. Many visitors arrived fully expecting to eat poorly for a week before happily returning home to real food. It was almost part of the experience. They expected to complain about the meals. But after only a few days, those same people found themselves doing something they never imagined. They were planning their next meal with genuine excitement. Suddenly, barbecue wasn't just something they'd seen on television. Slow-smoked brisket practically melted apart with a fork. Southern fried chicken was crisp on the outside and unbelievably juicy inside. Fresh seafood tasted like it had come straight from the ocean that morning. Every region seemed to have its own specialties, its own traditions, and its own way of telling a story through food.
Try it. Good? You weren't expecting
Baseball's on. Let's go, North Carolina.
Put it there, while it cools down a little.
A little bit of a foul ball.
There's some water. Need some water? I was literally expecting like a small bowl, like that size, of just the chips.
Really?
Yeah.
I made a different kind of chip.
I can't believe, like, I'd never had queso before.
Oh no, we didn't have queso in Australia.
Had you ever tried it before?
No.
Are you okay?
It's hot, Bubba. You just gotta take your time.
Oh my gosh. That was very dramatic.
It was.
I thought he cut his lip. You okay?
Just take it easy, right? Stop dipping so aggressively. Right?
Did she just come and like replace your drink before you even asked?
Barely even finished it.
You didn't even ask for a refill, hey?
No,
is that free?
Yeah, so you only pay for one soda and this is free refill.
So crazy.
I love that.
By the time we're done, you'll have like 3 litres of Coke Zero in here.
Half a rack of ribs.
Oh my gosh.
So, tell the people.
Tell the people what?
What'd you get?
I got the burger.
What kind of burger is it, love?
The one that you liked the look of, so that you can try it too. Honestly, the quesadilla salad looked really good, but all the salads have cilantro in it.
He just like blew up my leg. He's blowing up my leg. I feel it. He's just constantly blowing up my leg right now. So I'm feeling it's like this.
I love how he's just like unfazed. He doesn't even.
My leg.
Yeah, I just obviously, as you know, I can't stand coriander, cilantro.
Cilantro for the American.
And a lot of stuff has that in it. Yeah.
It's a staple.
Yeah. So I've gone with a basic burger.
Nice.
Basic. Here you go.
Wow.
Oh, that looks good.
Pizza, broccoli. Oh, look at that.
It's like an adult size meal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Amazing.
Does everything look good?
Yeah, it looks
does.
good.
Thank you so much. Yo. Oh.
What?
The fries are seasoned to perfection.
Really?
Yeah. Just street corn covered in cilantro.
Are you serious? Of course.
Street corn.
Why does everything have to have cilantro? You can have that. See, that's what did come with mine, and I swapped it, the mac and cheese.
Do you want to swap?
For that. It's okay. I don't even need, like, this is so much food. I don't even need it extra size.
Look at that. Kids, look at them. If he eats.
He's going for the broccoli first. Don't do anything else. Is it good, Carter? Yummy broccoli. You like yours?
I love my macaroni.
You like your macaroni? That's good. So what do you get? Quesadillas. You got the chicken that's on this anyway.
I got the honey chipotle chicken.
And a rack of ribs.
Half a rack. And quesadillas.
Oh my gosh. I gotta try a rib too.
Of course.
How much was that?
27.
Are you kidding?
27.
That would be like $50 in Australia.
Easily 60.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Texas, baby. That's where I'm meant to be.
That's a really good protein.
It is good protein. How is it?
Not bad.
Not bad. It's no Mike's. What is it? Mike's Kitchen. Yeah.
Needs more barbecue sauce.
Is it good?
Alright, Chipotle honey burger.
So messy.
I reckon you're gonna love this.
That looks so good. Okay, ready?
One visitor laughed that Europeans love criticizing American food, right up until they actually arrive. Then everything changes. Before long, they're eating burgers, barbecue, pancakes, waffles, wings, and discovering restaurants they'd only ever heard people talk about online. Another admitted that America had one of the most diverse food cultures he'd ever experienced. That surprised him because he'd always imagined American cuisine as being limited to fast food chains. Instead, he found neighborhoods serving authentic Mexican tacos beside Korean barbecue, family-owned Italian restaurants next to Southern diners, Caribbean food just around the corner from Texas steakhouses, and food trucks introducing flavors from almost every corner of the world. It suddenly made sense why so many Americans proudly describe their country as a melting pot. The diversity wasn't just visible in the people. It was on every menu. Then there were the little things that Americans barely notice anymore, but completely amazed first-time visitors. Free refills became one of the biggest talking points. Europeans couldn't believe they could buy one soft drink or coffee and have it topped up again without paying another full price. Free ice water at restaurants felt equally surprising. In many parts of Europe, ordering water often means paying for bottled water, sometimes costing almost as much as another drink. Yet here, large glasses of cold water appeared on tables before anyone even asked. It seemed like such a small gesture, but visitors kept mentioning it because it represented something larger. America constantly offered little conveniences they simply weren't expecting. The restaurants themselves also challenged another long-held assumption. Many Europeans are used to service that's efficient but relatively hands-off. You order, you eat, you pay, and that's usually the end of the interaction. In America, however, many found servers introducing themselves with a smile, checking back several times to make sure everything tasted good, offering recommendations, refilling drinks before anyone asked, and genuinely trying to make the experience enjoyable. One German visitor admitted he'd actually become friends with waiters at places he visited regularly, something he said would feel incredibly unusual back home. Instead of feeling like another customer, he felt welcomed as a guest. But perhaps the biggest surprise wasn't the food or the service. It was what visitors saw when they stepped outside. If you spend enough time online, it's easy to develop a very specific picture of America. Endless crime, constant chaos, dangerous streets, angry people. The internet has a way of magnifying the worst moments until they begin to look like everyday life. That's the version many travelers believed before boarding their flights. They expected to stay alert, avoid going out at night, and constantly watch over their belongings. Then they arrived. One couple walking through Miami Beach couldn't stop looking around in disbelief. Instead of fear, they found people jogging along the waterfront, families riding bicycles together, friends playing volleyball under the afternoon sun, musicians filling the air with Latin rhythms, and tourists relaxing without a care in the world. They admitted they had expected something completely different. Television had convinced them they would constantly feel unsafe, yet they found themselves comfortably exploring neighborhoods, walking after dark in busy areas, and enjoying the atmosphere without the anxiety they'd anticipated. Even their first encounter with immigration had gone against every expectation. They had prepared themselves for stern questioning and intimidating officers. Instead, the officer greeted them warmly, joked with them during the interview, and welcomed them into the country with a smile. They later laughed about how confused they felt. Everything they had been told suggested entering America would be stressful, but their experience couldn't have been more different. That moment sparked an important realization. Maybe the biggest misunderstanding wasn't about America's cities, its food, or its politics. Maybe it was about the people. Because no matter where these visitors traveled, one theme appeared again and again. Complete strangers were willing to help. Someone would stop to give directions before they even asked. Shop owners spent extra time sharing recommendations simply because they wanted visitors to enjoy their city. Neighbors introduced themselves without hesitation. Football fans from opposing nations shared meals before matches. Conversations started in grocery stores, coffee shops, hotel elevators, and stadium parking lots. Many visitors admitted that this openness felt unfamiliar at first, but before long it became one of the things they appreciated most. It wasn't something that could easily be measured or photographed. It was simply a feeling. And for many Europeans, that feeling became the reason they stopped seeing America as just another destination and started wondering what it might actually be like to live there. Maybe that's the biggest lesson hidden inside all these stories. This was never really about proving whether America is better than Europe or Europe is better than America. It was about something much more important. It's incredibly easy to build an opinion about a place you've never experienced. Headlines can shape our thinking. Social media can reinforce our beliefs. A few viral clips can convince us we already know the whole story. But as these travelers discovered, reality is often far more complicated and far more beautiful than the version we see through a screen. The people you heard throughout this video didn't all arrive looking for a new home. Most simply came expecting a football tournament or a short holiday. But somewhere between the packed stadiums, the late-night diners, the endless road trips, the conversations with strangers, and the unexpected acts of kindness, something changed. America stopped being an idea and became a real place filled with real people. And for many of them, that single experience completely rewrote years of assumptions. Will everyone who visits America fall in love with it? Of course not. Every traveler has a different story, every city offers a different experience, and every country has strengths and weaknesses. But these journeys remind us of something we often forget. The world is far too big to understand through someone else's opinion. Sometimes the only way to discover the truth is to go and see it with your own eyes. And perhaps that's why so many of these visitors returned home, saying something they never imagined they would. Not, America is perfect. But, America wasn't what I expected. Sometimes, changing your mind isn't admitting you were wrong. It's proof that you were willing to learn. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe to Culture Cup, where we go beyond the headlines and explore the real stories behind cultures, countries, and the people who experience them. Because every destination has two versions, the one you've heard about, and the one waiting for you to discover. Until next time, keep an open mind, keep exploring, and we'll see you in the next story.